Alright, hello and welcome to the channel everyone. This is David and I am with Fairmare's Rangers. Alright, and if you're joining me for the first time, my channel is basically focused on Empire Total War. And I'm a unscripted type of guy, gonna fly right off the hip, tell you what my views are, what I think. If that's your type of content you would enjoy, go ahead and consider hitting like and subscribe. And we're gonna dive into this. Some prominent YouTubers have made some videos about whether Total War has fallen or not. And I got a couple things I wanna say on that. But we're gonna start off with something I'd like to start with at another spot. Hang in there with me as I get to this point. Alright, so what's my purpose for making this video? So let's get into this. I'm going to try and get into this as quickly as possible, not to waste your time, my time, everybody's time. Pixelated Apollo made a video, and he's basically discussing Total War's Fallen. Why did he make this video? That's what we're going to be discussing. Why? And then we're also going to be discussing why did Legend of Total War make a video in response? And then also, why did Pixelated Apollo make a response to Legend of Total War? And then, in return, why did Terminator make a video about this? And lastly, why did Valoon make a video on this as well? What is the purpose for their videos? Alright, that's what we're going to be discussing. Let's dive into it. Right, so then also in all fairness, why the heck am I making a video about this? I think that's also fair to ask. What is the reason for me making this video? And I'm just going to go into it real quick. My purpose for making this video is, I think there's things that we need to think about when we are listening to prominent YouTubers and you know, they're called influencers for a reason. They have a way of influencing people, and I think people are too easily, and I've talked about this before on the channel, maybe a couple times, but not to go over it too many times because I know there's some new people that joined the channel, but I think there's a problem with people sometimes not listening to the full video that they're consuming and exploring why is this creator making this video? What could be the reasons behind it? What do they have to gain from it? And how does that influence why they're making the video? Because I think that's highly important. And that's what this video is basically about. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that you know, I'm not going to sit on some kind of higher, sorry, I can't even speak, some kind of higher moral high ground. I don't know if I even got that out correctly, but I'm not going to try and take some moral high ground on you and say that I'm perfect in this. But I think influencers tend to manipulate us when we're consuming their content. So, you know, over the years, I've started to try to make sure when I'm listening to other YouTube content or content in general, whether it's an article, I'm always trying to go at it from an angle of why are they making this content, what's going on. So I just want to be clear about that. Let's go into it. Okay, so I think the main reason why I wanted to make this content was I came across this channel after watching all these different videos. I was just listening to lastly Valoon's video on this topic, and it rolled in after his was done into this small YouTube channel's video, and I was listening to it while I was kind of doing something else, and I just kept listening to it, and I was like, wow, this guy's dead on. He has this with it's just perfect. You know, I don't, well, maybe it's not perfect, but I mean, it's really solid. And I think you can see what his reason is for making this video is, it's quite clear to me that, he's a big fan of Legend of Total War. And I think he was making this video to explain a solid defense for Legend of Total War and also it kind of picks apart a little bit of the argument that Pixelated Apollo has in doing that defense. So anyways, let's get into this. Okay, so let's dive into this. Why did Pixelated Apollo make this video, Total War Has Fallen? And that's a big question. Why? What is the purpose for this video? And if you watch the video, he's going to go into a lot of stuff in there. I'm not going to play the video, and I'm not going to go into everything. I think I'm not going to waste my time and your time. I suggest you go and watch the video yourself, form your own opinion, and then you can come back and you can see if my opinion on why I feel he made this video is accurate. And that's the best way to take this, and see where you feel your thoughts align. Do they align with mine, or do you just go with whatever they say? Anyways, I think it's quite obvious why he made this video, because when I watched it the first time, I was like, why is he have this video coming out now? It's been quite a while since we've had any of these type of drama videos come out. It's been since the hyenas thing came out that really the last drama stirred up. And I think I even made a video on that, and I think my reasoning for making that was I wanted to express how I felt that affected the Empire Total War community, because obviously the Creative Assembly being in the state it's in currently does affect the Empire Total War community, because there's a lot of people that are looking forward to a second game coming out, and I've been quite vocal on my thoughts of whether I think that's going to happen or not, because I simply don't, and I don't have much faith in Creative Assembly as a company to put out that kind of content. But like I've always stated, we have the game that we already purchased, so we're winners in a lot of ways because we've already spent our money. We don't have to spend any more. So we have that. But obviously there's a lot of people who look forward to a new game because they want to see some things corrected and so on and so forth. So anyways, Pixelated Apollo, I think it's quite obvious that he's making this video, and the why is he gets into it late into the video, and that's around 33 minutes he gets into it, and he starts promoting a indie game, and that is what I believe his why is for making this video. And I believe that this this other YouTuber Lee really spells it out quite clearly, and I don't, I'd prefer you watch his video and see what he says on it, because I think he makes a great argument on explaining why he feels that. But I think also you should get your own opinions through the course of watching all the videos. I don't want to influence you one way or the other, but I do want to give my opinion, and also, like I said, I do want to shout out this other channel because I think it really goes into it quite well. But I do feel this is why Pixelated Apollo did make this video, and he unfortunately craps on the community of Warhammer 3, which prompts Legend of Total War making the response video. And the reason why I believe Legend of Total War made his response video, once again, you can watch his video and you can form your own opinion on that yourself. But in my opinion, I think why he makes it is because his customer base, he feels, is under attack by Pixelated Apollo's response, and he feels the need to respond, and that's what I believe he is trying to vocalize here. And I think he's trying to make a somewhat attempt to justify why Pixelated Apollo's got frustrated. Oh, well, I don't even want to get into it, frankly. Like I said, I think you should watch the videos yourselves, form your own opinions, and I'd highly recommend, once again, checking out Lee's video on it, because I think he's spot on. And I'll leave a link to in the description his video, because his might be a little more difficult to come across, because I did a search on it. I couldn't even find it in search, but luckily I happened to stumble across it from getting into it, but we'll go into that. And the next video in this series, we come to Pixelated Apollo's response, and in the title of his video, everyone else is wrong about Total War and I am right. That's basically what he's saying everybody says. You know, everybody thinks they're right in the argument, but I think he's trying to explain why he made the video in the first place. And I don't even think he understands why he made the video, because he at first starts out why he made the video, but then later, once you get around the almost 4 minute mark, he explains why, almost without himself realizing that he made the video to promote this game. So yeah, I really, that's really how I take it, and what I took when I first watched this a couple days ago. Anyways, then Terminator came out with a video, and backing up for a second, Pixelated Apollo, his channel is a lot of his channel, you have to know who this person is and what his audience is. He does a lot of indie games. He also does Total War games, but he promotes a lot of new games when they come out. People ask him to promote games for him. And I'm not saying that this game that he's promoting now has done that, because I think he would have had to have said, so I don't think that's what it is. But he still plays Total War games. He's doing a Lothlorien campaign from Third Age Total War. So, I mean, Pixelated Apollo still enjoys the games, so I don't want to crap on him. I mean, obviously he does good content, but he's done things in the past that hasn't set well with me either, because way back in the day, was it Prince of Macedon, when he was coming under a lot of criticism. A lot of people were, because Prince of Macedon was the biggest YouTuber for Total War at the time, and a lot of other YouTubers were coming at him in order to get clout for their channels, and Pixelated Apollo is one of them. And I always had a lot of respect for not Legend Total War, but Prince of Macedon, because Prince of Macedon handled all that with a lot of class, and I always felt that gained a lot of respect from me. I'm not saying that Prince of Macedon was correct in everything he did with his responses, but heck, a lot of people that do YouTube channels, myself included, we've never been trained on how to run a YouTube channel. We don't know how to handle an audience or anything like that. The same thing with Pixelated Apollo. He might be, honestly, I think he is legitimately frustrated with the game, and he's vocalizing it the best way he can. So, in defense of Pixelated Apollo with his video, I don't think he clearly understands why he's making the content he is to try to promote this other game, because I think deep down is hungry for a new game in the Total War kind of genre, and he hungers for either CA to do better or for a new company to bring out that game. And I think a lot of other players definitely feel the same way. So I don't have a problem with Pixelated Apollo making this video, but I think he has to be honest with himself, and I think his video is a little misleading about why he's putting it out, and I think he's almost misleading himself, because I don't even think he understands himself why he's putting out the video, even though he pretty much explains it in the second one. But that's my opinion. You go and watch them and see what you think yourself. And then the Terminator made a video in response to those 3 previous videos I just spoke about. And I mean, there's really not much to speak about on the Terminator. Terminator, you have to know what his channel is. He's the person who was promoting a lot of CA's content, and I think he was in the creator program and so forth. And he's really been like a positive game pusher for different games. He's tried to promote a lot of indie games. I think he's trying to take that space of, that. So I think that's really why he made this video. He's using it as an advantage to push his channel and to push the things that he's interested in, which is promoting indie games and, that. So, I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, does he have a voice in this? Does his voice matter in this argument? Sure. Who are we to say his voice doesn't matter? But I think we also have to be honest with what somebody's agenda is, in it. Like, my agenda is obviously I'm going to be slanted towards Empire Total War and content in that space when I speak about stuff from my channel. So anyways, Valoon is the last of the major YouTubers that I know of that made a video on this, and his video I played in the background as I was doing some other stuff. And yeah, I will tell you that it's a long video, and something that you have to know about Valoon is he was somebody that was wronged by Creative Assembly because he made critical videos of Creative Assembly. And in my opinion, I agree with him that he was kind of treated poorly by Creative Assembly because he was being highly critical of their content that they were putting out in the new games. And they didn't take well to that. And they, have given him a harsh treatment, to say the least. And in a lot of ways, I feel it's unfair because even though they don't like what somebody says, it's something that they should listen to. He is a customer, and a lot of people do agree with him. And I think their company would benefit from listening to the arguments he has. Doesn't mean they have to do everything he says, but they should at least acknowledge that he is making good points and that his criticism does matter to them. And I think it'd go a long way to the community in large, not just Valoon, but I think Valoon does go a little bit to the extremes, even though, like I said, he does make extremely good points of his criticisms of the games. He has now almost become a vengeance channel to extract revenge against Creative Assembly in some ways, is almost how it seems, because he goes a little too far at times. And again, this is strictly my opinion. But once again, I am somebody that I feel like a person like Valoon is probably more necessary than a lot of other channels, because as all these channels have admitted, and myself included, and everyone that has a brain knows, Creative Assembly doesn't have a competition in the space of these Total War games. All those competitions are long gone. So they're the only one left. They have pretty much a monopoly on this. So the only thing that you have to push them to do better is critical voices out in the public space to the consumers. And that would be Valoon. So I feel that Valoon and his videos and criticisms are highly important to push in the narrative, to push and influence creative assembly into creating content that's more enjoyable for the fan base, because like I said, a lot of his arguments are very strong on making mechanics for the game that are a lot better how they used to be done in older games. And I think that honestly creative assembly would be better suited if they did engage in conversation with Valoon in public, frankly, and explain their side. Well, we would love to do this, but this is why we don't. And, you know, we value your criticism, and we are implementing these things, because I think they should validate his criticisms, and I think they should try to do some of the fixes for things that him and others have pointed out, and then explain why they don't on the other things, because I think that would help their case quite a bit, especially in public opinion. But that's my opinion. So anyways, so that brings me back to after I watched that long 3-hour video of Valoon's, I came back to this, or I got the next one that I was pushed in my thing for the, you know, because I do the, after the videos ends, it rolls to the next video, and just happened that it went to this gentleman Lee's video on the subject, and I thought his take was right on. And I'm not just pushing this video because it's what I agree with. I think it agrees and lines up with the facts that I see. And like I said, you can form your own opinion, and you can see if you agree with myself or Lee. And I think you would be well suited to listen to his video, because I think if you listen to it from a different perspective, it might enlighten you, and you know, I think it definitely helps to listen to other people and understand where other people are coming from, because Lee is somebody that obviously you can see he plays Warhammer 3, because he's playing it here. I think it's Warhammer 3. Shit, I don't know. I never played the game myself, but anyways, you know, I was looking at his channel, and his brand new channel. He's only got 109 subscribers, and I watched that video, and I watched the Battle Brothers one, because that was a game that always kind of interested me. I thought it looked cool, so I watched that video of his, and obviously I watched this one on this video there. But he also makes a lot of tank videos, and I know a lot of you guys on my channel did enjoy those tank videos, because was it Rick Gamer, who is a longtime friend of the channel, is a person that makes that content, and he's a person that we plugged. And so this is one thing I want you guys to remember is, you know, let's help out these guys like Lee that have a good voice out there, because, you know, like back in the day when I was, I think when I just cracked 1,000, or maybe even before 1,000, Rick didn't even have but like a couple hundred subscribers, or 300, 400, or whatever. And, you know, I helped shout out his channel. Not that I gave him too many subscribers, but heck, it gave him a few to help him get to 1,000. And look where his channel is now. And he makes a lot of tank videos and stuff like that, which is excellent content. Highly recommend it. But he used to make Empire Total War videos and stuff like that. That's how I found his channel, and I started watching his content, and that's why I plugged his channel. I mean, I'm telling you, the stuff is great. If you like Total War videos, you should check out his cinematic stuff. They're excellent. And that also, Seth Charo is another person shouted out for a lot of his content and things, for the same reason. And you know, then Siberian, another guy who I helped shout out. Like I said, I'm not trying to say I put them over 1,000 subscribers, but, you know, it's important for us to give voice to people who are doing things that are right, and, you know, have a good voice out there that have good influential positions and you know, are good legit people. The Kaiser's another one that, you know, heck, he's got more subscribers than me now, you know? I mean, several of these guys do. Iceni, he puts out content like 3 videos a day. This guy is like a working demon. Older guy that puts out great content. You know, he does all the Total War games. So if you should check him out too. Field Marshal does history content, really good stuff too. He's up to 13,000 subscribers now. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, check out this guy Lee, man. This is a guy, he's going to grow with a head on his shoulders like this. You know, jump onto this guy's channel and check him out. Like I said, right now he's small, but this guy is going to get big, and you know, you guys could be at the front of this and be on board when he hits 1,000 and moves up to 10 and 20,000, because this guy has the ability to do it. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it with a lot of these guys, and heck, I mean, there's other people's channels that I'm subscribed to that I subscribed to him way back when before they were, and don't mind all my stuff because I do share my account with my family here, and some of them watch some stuff that unfortunately gets put on this channel. But anyways, different channels I subscribe to that are extremely good that I think you guys should check out. You know, like I said, I mean, Anton Shea Films, I remember watching him back when he was like brand new, and because I swear it was this like early stages when I subscribed to him, and now look where he's at. Because this is there were some videos he did, like I remember watching him on the King's Philip War and all this, but the first Checkmate video when it came out, that thing's got 1 million views now. Not that I wanted to play the music there, but you might see here's my content 4 years ago, back when this video came out. Man, this was a big thing. I was like, oh man, this video is so good. It was really good. Anyways, I guess that's where I'm going with this. That's my purpose for making this video. I think this guy is somebody that you should check out, and like I said, I'm not trying to bash on any of the other guys like Pixelated Apollo or Terminator, but I think it's important that you or even Legend, because I think, like I said, you should understand why a person's making the video that they're making, because you know, a lot of these guys that are making videos, they have other jobs, and you know, this is something that they're doing on the side. They're not really thinking about why they're making the video themselves. They just see an opportunity to make a video that they have some opinion that they want to share on it. And so I don't know, I might be probably coming off the most harsh on Terminator, which I don't necessarily think that's justified, because like I said, it's not my place to say his content's wrong or bad or whatever. If it's your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. I mean, it's not something I watch, but I've watched some of his videos, but I don't really, it's not my cup of tea. It might be yours. Same thing for Pixelated Apollo. I used to be subscribed to him, but I mean, it's just not the kind of content I watch anymore. Every once in a while he has an Empire video, you know, and I might be interested in or something like that, but it's like few and far between these days. So that's why I really haven't followed his channel very much anymore. But he does some good stuff. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had. I guess I'm rambling on a bit now, so there's nothing really else to talk about on this. but I just want to kind of give my insight on this new channel I came across, and I recommend you guys go check him out. Lee is his name. I'll leave a link in the description to it. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about putting up links to, whoops, Killa. I'm not going to put up links to the other channels because, I mean, you're going to find them. They're big channels, so I'm not going to bother with that. I know you guys can find those. I easily found them on my own. So there we go. That's all I got, guys. I appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you on the next video.